Test, test, test. I think we're good to go. All right. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a pretty good day so far. I know the market definitely wasn't, but there's some optimism ahead for us, so we'll talk about that a little bit more here today. Um, Loki says hello here, so there you go, GT. You guys should be happy. Okay, he wants a treat. Let me give him a treat very fast. Other side. Do do. These treats are technically for what do you call it, pills and stuff like that, but he seems to like them quite a bit, mostly because he hasn't had to take pills in a long time. There you go. Now I'll go skedaddle. All right, everybody, let's get started with all the stuff going on. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Sam Bankman-Fried and a lot about technicals and some support levels that we could see for Bitcoin and the regular markets like the Nasdaq and the SPY here, because this is a pretty crazy week, a pretty crucial week. We have some data coming out tomorrow, which should be pretty fun. I should actually pull it up for you guys in a few seconds. As far as let's see, there you go, pulled it up right there. So we'll talk about all that type of stuff and a little bit more here. Then we'll just chill for a little bit. I got a lot of water to drink today because my throat is getting kind of scratchy. So hopefully I don't lose my voice here, or worse, hope I don't get sick. Right. All right. Let's hop on over here to stream. There we go. So just so you guys know, tomorrow we have a little bit of building permit news and housing start news. Not going to be like a total market mover, but just something you guys should be aware of as far as the markets are concerned. Really, the big news for me as far as news and data that's coming out, it really starts Thursday and it goes into Friday as far as jobless claims, real gross domestic product revisions and things of that nature, and the Chicago Fed National Activity Index. Most of that stuff not going to cause big moves unless there's a big surprise there. However, the PCE price index does come out Friday, and where we normally talk about CPI and excuse me, uh, inflation. This is inflation, but for corporations and businesses. Okay, so a little bit different, but still very, very important, because then we get to have an idea of how are their margins going to handle 2023 as people are going to cut back on spending because of an impending, believed impending recession. And with higher prices on business sides, are they going to pass those over, or are they going to just say, "Hey, we have to absorb those costs, and therefore, the bottom line is going to suffer a little bit," and then probably, going to in turn lower guidance, which will freak out the market a little bit more here. Okay, now let's go over here to Bitcoin, talk about what's happening so far, because a few days ago, I guess this is back to last Friday, we did officially break down below this trend line here. We had been trying to hold it for quite a bit of time, and we also got rejected off of that 50. There was a hope that we could have a golden cross here, and there is still a hope here for Bitcoin at least. Maybe the traditional market's in a little bit more of a perilous situation. However, Bitcoin still, excuse me, guys. I'm gonna get a cold here, I think. We're still entering this buying zone as far as Bitcoin's concerned. From that level we were talking about before, the 16,500 that I said we might get back to, we managed to get back here, but now we're kind of back into this buying zone right here. Just dipped into it for a little bit, and you can see we're trying to bounce off of it right now. I'm not, honestly, guys, I'm not too concerned about Bitcoin. It seems like people are moving their money around off of exchanges. That's kind of freaking people out a little bit. There's been some outflows from Binance. Again, that's causing people to worry a little bit after we had a little bit of a rebound. Going back, I think it was like Saturday or something like that. I'm not too concerned about it right now, but I am aware that it's happening. Now, let me go over here very fast. Let's get rid of that. There we go. As far as Bitcoin's monthly chart, actually even better yet, let's just go over here. You can see we still are dumping, unfortunately. The month is, a little past the halfway point. We might find a little bit of a bottom here around 15,444, which was the last month's lows. If you want to see a positive January at all, you really want to see us just not completely tank below that level. If we do, we could have a really bad January as we try to test out these levels of support around here of around 11,000, 12,000. And that's if the market goes completely like bonkers, okay? Other than that, we're probably just going to be testing out the $13,000 to $14,000 range. I'm just hoping that we don't even test it out this month. That way we can show a little bit more strength, especially as you see from longer trends. Through all the bear markets we've had, it's been rare that we've had a big decline in the 20-month moving average for that means we've been going down for such a long period of time basically. You can see going back over here to the 2018 crash and the 2020 crash and even over here in the 2015, 2016 crashes, we really didn't have a large downward move during those points, right? We were still gradually going up. We eventually dropped down, but that's because the bear market lasted for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, right? Right here, we were still cruising on over. Now we're about to have, it looks like a death cross on this one later down the line. But as every time I zoom out, I'm just not happy with what I see as far as Bitcoin's concerned. But this is more of a long-term price action, right? Or long-term thought process here. Or buying strategy, if you will. All right, let me go back over here very fast. Actually, let's just do this. But as far as the weekly charts are concerned, it almost feels like it did over the past few cycles where we had a little bit of a rip, dip, rip, dip, rip, dip. FTX obviously causing this one over here. But so far, we're trying to stabilize, guys. I'm just not really excited about buying anything besides the occasional little dollar cost average move here and there. Let me go over here back to the daily for one more thing. If you want to see the end of the year have some big happy move, you're going to want to see the 20-day moving average cross above the 50, which means Bitcoin's going to have to bounce back above $17,000 and try to hold that level for 2 to 3 days. That'll be enough to keep the 20 from actually crashing back down. Just because you guys know the 20-day moving average is the last 20 candles, simple moving average, so everything is weighted equally, Last 20 candles are right here, okay? So that means we're going to replace this one with this one, the average, and it should work out fine for the 20-day moving average to continue to go sideways here, which is all we really need since the 50-day really encompasses, really encompasses about all of that, all right? So you should see that 50 continue to scream down here. The 20, however, has an opportunity to go sideways. That could give you the golden cross that might not lead to the bottoming of the overall market, not saying that, but at least another big pop here if you guys want to have some fun day trading or do some short-term swing trading in here. But I'm a little bit more concerned about the long term here. I always say that, but it's true. Now, as far as what happened with the overall market today, probably best to go over to Finviz very fast. You can see we started the day off bad and it just kind of got worse. Maybe the Dow had a little bit more optimism here, but just down from the NASDAQ, down from the SPY. Nothing was really good throughout the day except for the very, very end. For you members out there who were with us yesterday, I told you guys I was going to buy some calls for short-term day trading. And I said we might hit those support levels either today or tomorrow. Well, we hit those support levels today. Maybe I just better explain it with the stock. Yeah, there we go. You can see the NASDAQ here bounced off of support today. We had been talking about this for a while, and I bought some Apple here, made some money as the NASDAQ popped off. You can probably see if I go over here to, there you go, trying to time those two. Right here towards the end of the day, nice little pop off the NASDAQ. That's what I decided to trade right there. And I held 20% of the calls going into tomorrow. They're just 135 strike price calls, so there was pretty nice little profit expiring this Friday here. Same with Microsoft and stuff like that. I just played primarily the NASDAQ. Some of you guys have been looking at the SPY, and the SPY did something similar here. So for those of you guys that were kind of following along, the SPY didn't really have a strong level of support like the NASDAQ did. We can just come along and say, hey, here's the level we don't want to break down below. We go back in time here. There's not really any flashing levels of support there. Not really any flashing levels of support here. Mostly zones, like right here. There's a zone from there to there, or a zone from there to there, stuff like that. We really didn't have too much zones here. So what I was going off of was your traditional Fibonacci retracement, And, I didn't really trade much of the SPY today, but the opportunity was there for those of you guys that wanted to buy around here and wait for a pop. We'll have to see if tomorrow we continue to move up here, especially as we're trying to hold barely. It's like I said before, it's risky to try to hold for multiple days at this point. But if you want to, we are at those support levels right now. Now, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, we already talked about that. But there seems to be more news swirling around about FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. So I'm hoping that doesn't really jeopardize the market in any way if we have to learn any more news or some bad things coming out with the crypto market. I know the head of the banking committee, I always forget his name, but I think he sounds like he's a heavy smoker type of guy. Nothing against him, but you guys can recognize his voice when he does that, when I say that. He sent out like maybe we do ban crypto. I don't think there's any chance at all that we ban crypto, primarily because Congress would have to approve it, and Republicans are in control of the House starting next year. There's no way Republicans are going to stop the innovation in that sector because they know there's a lot of money to be made there, honestly. And then for Democrats, I do believe there's plenty of Democrats who represent constituents in the tech field who know that their constituents would not like it if they tried to ban crypto, NFTs, all that type of stuff completely. Maybe regulation, sure, but not ban it completely. I think that was a pretty stupid thing for him to say, or unintelligent thing for him to say. Excuse me. But as far as the dollar index here, we're kind of getting to this point, everybody, where we could have a reversal, which could really tank the market, or we could continue to break down and test out this. Oops, a daisy. There we go. There we go. Or we can continue to come back down and test out this support level right here. And if we break down below that, that could actually lead to a more sideways January, I would say, especially as earnings go more into question. The stock market will want to come down, obviously. I want to go up, but earnings will bring it down, unfortunately. Okie dokie, everybody. Just one more thing here. I'm kind of off my game today. My throat is just like really giving me pain right now. I don't know why. Sorry for the slurping noises. But over the last last 7 days, everybody, you've seen some big losses in specific coins like, Terra, GMX, stuff like that. But we haven't had those big losses for any of those like really large market caps. Maybe Dogecoin here. I think Dogecoin really isn't. I'm not tying that into Bitcoin and Ethereum because right now there's a whole bunch of drama around Elon Musk, Twitter. Is Elon Musk stepping down? What's going on with all of that? I haven't myself been able to look into it too much because I've just been kind of like just drinking tea all day, trying to help my throat out. But if it's true that he is going to step down as the CEO of Twitter and put somebody else in there, that may complicate the story for Dogecoin a little bit, although I'm pretty sure he's the majority stakeholder. He still kind of controls everything from behind the scenes. The perceived devalue, it would be a perceived loss for Dogecoin community, if that makes sense. So just be aware of it. I'm not freaking out about it, but I'm just like, get ready for maybe some more bummer of a noise here, as far as Dogecoin's concerned. Last thing here, as far as Bitcoin, if you guys want to buy, this support level held up pretty well, so I'm going to use it again. If it does come back to 16,000, which is a nice little, round number, I'll probably take another opportunity to buy some more Bitcoin and see if we can go up higher. You can see that we did not hold this one here, so I'm being cautious and I'm still putting my stop losses here. We kind of do these little bounces, but eventually it does come down pretty hard. Little bounce right there. So you can do day trades, but again, be very careful of the swing trades during this market. I'm pretty sure whales are just like screwing over day traders left and right, because if I was trying to screw over day traders and I had large amounts of money, I'd be trying to trade it just like this, where I give people hope and then boom, slam it down. Give people hope, slam it down over and over and over again, okay? All right, let's go back over here to the 15-minute chart. You can already see we did break down below that, and we're just casually chilling here as far as Bitcoin's concerned. There we go. Okay. Let me go over here very fast. And hey, Pepin, so you don't think the Xmas rally started at 3 p.m. Eastern time? It depends on what you mean by rally. For me, a rally is like another 20% in a market. Like, a good bear market move, like whoosh, we've been having some really sizable moves this year. So, or this last quarter. So let's go over here to the NASDAQ. This last rally that we had, it popped up around 16%. That was pretty good. That's what I consider a rally. Right now, we're at that support level, which is why I bought some calls for a few different stocks out there, but I'm just doing day trading here, primarily with a few overnight holds, just a few. To me, a rally would be something like we get back up here for another 8%. We might only go up 5-6%, something like that. But we are at these support levels here. If you guys do want to buy for an extended rally, for that might last for maybe a week or two. Just remember that I think Monday the market is closed. Same with SPY over here. We're at a pivot point here. We could possibly make our move back up. Except for now, maybe we have this zone here. That's about as good as I can see it for now, right? The zone right around, I guess there. We're trying to hold that, even though I guess technically we broke down from it. Technically we did, which isn't a good sign, honestly. But but I'm more optimistic about tech, I would say, if we're going to have a rally, and not so much about the SPY. The Nasdaq is where my head is kind of at right now. And then, you look at certain plays out there. Like yesterday during the member stream, we were talking about NVIDIA and how NVIDIA is one of those things I really want to buy some puts on. And I was telling you guys, if we manage to break down here, I'm going to be all in on buying some puts to see if we come back down here to 150. But we're also going to have to see the Nasdaq and the SPY break down below those support levels that we were just talking about here. So I'm kind of putting two and two together, because I think if you're a bear, you're going to try as much as you can to really stop these golden crosses to come up for the NVIDIA, because that'll lead to some poor performance, I guess you would say. Although, as we talked about, you see these golden crosses right here, golden cross. They really don't help out too much. It's so, this one we did, but most of the time these golden crosses aren't really helping us out. But yeah, I'm waiting for NVIDIA primarily right now. Let's go back over to 15. There we go. Pretty big drop though a couple hours ago. It was looked pretty ugly to me. Let's see. Crypto would never be banned as long as the stock market is running. They like the gains tax. Yeah, that's part of it here. They just honestly don't have the mechanisms to shut all of it down. And if they tried it's not like crypto would be dead. It would just be dead in America. And so people would flock to other countries to go do the innovation, do the work. And then somehow the banks here would be at a loss compared to the banks in China, the banks in Russia, the banks in Europe. It just doesn't seem wise to try to crack down on all of crypto. You can try to make it so there's no shit coins in the market. So in order to get listed on an exchange in America, you have to have utility. You have to be doing something. You can do that. I think that's probably something really good. However, if they try to go after Bitcoin or Ethereum, I don't think they realize how many people in America really hold these assets and how many would be very upset with the move by Congress there, especially because I know we're about to go into 2022 and we don't have an election until 2024. There's going to be a big election in 2024. I could already hear the media saying the fate of the world is going to be determined between Joe Biden and Trump, even though I'd probably prefer neither one of them was running. Just get fresh young people under 50 in there. Young people under 50. You know what I mean? But it's not politically achievable here, especially with a split Congress. And hey, Ken, happy to see you. Let's see. Oh boy, tell me you ain't fatigued today. Check your inner eyelids. If they red, you got the Rona. And if you have a little stomach ache today, not like that. For me, I'm kind of lack of sleep over the past few days. And maybe I've been talking too much on videos and stuff like that. But who knows? It doesn't feel like COVID. I got COVID a couple times over the past few years. COVID, for me, it's like nothing. And then all of a sudden it's something. I probably have a cold, or hopefully not the flu, but something like that. COVID is much more chest-oriented for me. I lost my sense of taste, a part of it, a few months ago, and I still, oh my gosh, by a few months ago, I mean January, and I still don't have it back. But I don't think I have COVID. I got a bunch of tests, though. I could always take one of those. Let's see. I'm looking forward to finally take a long futures trade on Bitcoin tomorrow. I've been only spot trades for the past 4 weeks. It's been really boring over the past few weeks, honestly. I've been doing day trades after day trades after day trades. I did one short breakdown trade, and on Friday with you guys... Was it Friday with you guys? Friday or Saturday? No, I think it was Friday. I don't remember when... It might have been... No, it might have been Sunday. I don't know. I took a couple short positions on BNB just in case anything bad happens to it. But those are YOLO short positions. I don't really expect anything out of them. They're YOLOs with stop losses, so I don't really like going into debt over a $5, $10 trade. But yeah, I mean, with everything being at supports, it's probably not a bad idea to try to buy something up here, but only for, swing trades or day trades. I'm more of a day trader right now. I'm not going to be risking my portfolio on all this crap going on. It's mostly just playing the small moves up and down, but it hasn't been too bad. All right, let's go over here very fast. So I put out a video earlier today, guys, so please go watch it when you get a chance. Let me show you guys what it is very fast. if I can find it. This one, the shaking one. If you guys can, please go check it out if you can. I'm trying to get more views here. And so far, they've been off and on, but like 1,000, 2,500, 1,000. My views are going up bit by bit. So if you guys can support the channel and go watch this last one, I'd appreciate it. I made the mistake of posting it too late during the day. I should have posted it early in the morning because those ones seem to do a lot better than the ones I do at night. But that's something you'll learn for next time. But as far as CNBC is concerned, FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried, he was sent back to the prison in the Bahamas. It looks like he's going to try, after he reads the indictment from the United States, to come back over to America so he can get a nice warm bed in our prison system, which is different than theirs. And he has an opportunity to get bail. One of the things that was being said today on Fox Business, CNBC, and I think it was hinted at on Bloomberg, although I guess they didn't. They just cited experts and not like people. That's what they all do, actually. Apparently, since Sam Bankman has been charged, there's only a certain amount of time he has before he can, so he can get bail during the trial. So if he doesn't get there within a certain time frame, he might not be able to get bail in a court process that could last for years, right? So imagine staying in jail for years because you fought the extradition to go to America. And so if he just goes to America, it's not for sure that he'll get bail, but there's an increased chance that he'll be able to sleep in a nice house, a nice apartment, whatever, instead of dealing with whatever prison he's put into in, I think, probably the Southern District of New York, that kind of territory, which I doubt would be, it'd be better than the Bahamas jail, but not necessarily great, right? Your short was the best Sam Bankman-Fried clip of all day. I appreciate that very, very much. Let's see. I've been swinging spots past month. Let's see. Just wasn't comfortable with any of day trades. I'm ready to sprinkle in. Well, yeah. It's good that you realized that and you didn't do any trades because honestly, this, here, let me just back up. This whole month for Bitcoin has been a nightmare for everybody because again, the market's been very irrational. We've been following the stock market, and the market still thought that Jerome Powell is going to show weakness here as far as interest rates. Like, oh yeah, we'll start cutting rates next year. Things aren't going to be as bad. We're probably just going to have a slowdown, not even go into a recession. Now all of a sudden we're like, oh whoa, we might actually go into a recession. The market should price that in. Oh wait, we're not going to have rate cuts in 2023. Oh whoa, we better price that in. And now there's a tug of war because the market's going to freak out and it's going to challenge the Fed. And the Fed, mostly Jerome Powell, is going to be like, hey, I told you guys this all months ago and you guys decided to ignore me. Now you guys are going to have some bad investments. I think he's going to go down that path, which could lead the market down quite a bit. Just hopefully it doesn't end up being a severe recession. I'm pricing in something more of a moderate recession, a recession, just what you normally think of a recession. I hope it's not anything really crazy bad. But it could turn into that. But it's going to be a big, what do you call those games? Staring contest, basically, who blinks first. I doubt the Fed is going to blink first, but the reason it could blink first, if there was a reason, is because of politics in the 2024 election. Because nobody wants to have a slow economy going into an election, so Biden will exert some pressure there. You guys remember when Barack Obama versus Trump was the big thing in 2015, 2016, that election cycle? Well, the economy wasn't all too good at that point. People don't remember. We were still coming out of the recession from 2008. There was a lot of red tape. Obama, Democrats, a lot of red tape, a lot of regulation. Fine. Each one has their own policies. It's not a big deal. It was back then. But because of that, people didn't really feel good about the economy. Middle class Democrats and blue collar type of environments, they switched on Democrats, went to Republicans. Just wait till that happens now, and you have Biden having the Senate and the White House. It could have an impact on the election, right? So that's how Jerome Powell may have to switch around a little bit, but we'll never see those conversations. They'll just be implied conversations between the two of them. And hey, Larry, jail food is gross. I bet it is. I've never had jail food, but in the movies it doesn't look good. The only food I've probably had close to jail food was no. I've traveled abroad sometimes and had some really nasty food, but it's never been like jail food, I guess, from what I've seen in the movies. Most of the time, it's just something that like it's a spice that I don't like. Like, usually, like Asian food, like Korean food, like kimchi and stuff like that. Can't stand it. But I would never say it's the quality of jail food, right? It's just something I don't particularly like. Sad part is I'm at the computer all day waiting to trade. It really sucks. Like, I don't want to force a trade, but man, I'm not getting paid to work. Oh yeah. Well, what I do in my free time here, especially when we're doing the members meetings on, I guess yesterday we had one on Sunday. Gosh darn, my head is like off right now. I am getting sick. I'm gonna talk very slow the next few minutes because I know my head is like overdrive right now. Um, what I tend to do here is this. Let's just go over here to YouTube breakouts. You have a list of a bunch of stocks you see on the right hand side of my screen. I would say pick 5 to 10 of them. Just 5 to 10. Don't go any crazier than that. For now, let's just look at Apple. This is one right here. Well, Apple on the 4-hour chart here had a breakdown, right? This breakdown occurred 1 day ago. Okay, 1 day ago here. And then from there, we managed to bounce off of some support levels that we saw, primarily this one, it looks like. For me, if I was going to do a swing trade, I would open up one position right here and have a stop loss probably at 137, right? So you're waiting and you can do this for 1 to 2 days. Or what you could do is after you break down below the support today, you can say, hey, what's going on? Let me go check out the 15-minute chart. And so you could see like we bounced a little bit right there again. What do we have right here? Double bottom of sorts. Maybe tomorrow we'll find that out. But what I like to do here is just right-click on this, and I add an alert. And then I hit create the alert, and you could name the alert whatever you want to, breakdown, alert, whatever. And then when you see it coming down, you just automatically open a position and follow the plan. You could have the plan typed out here, Oop, my microphone's in the way, but, this is a plan for buying puts on Apple. I guess at that point it would have been like, 130 XP Friday. You can stuff like that. You can just write it down right there so you know what happens when you get that alert and you're good to go. That's the type of stuff that I like to do. And I usually do that over the weekends, and I just have alerts kind of rolling in, especially because right now I don't really like swing trading for long periods of time. What I'm doing is I'm doing day trades off of resistance levels. So we go over here to Apple right there. Buy puts right there, right? Buy puts right there. You're looking pretty good. You could have held it all the way down, or you could have just traded that day. What I did is I just traded it for that day, right? Peaked up here, tested it out, and you can see how we actually tested it all out during pre-market. So I wasn't able to buy puts until here, and then boom, you buy some puts, you come back down. But the alert happens during the pre-market if you're awake and you're kind of paying attention to the marketplace there, especially as you are sitting next to your computer. If you just do that, same with Microsoft. My Microsoft alert didn't go off today, but basically we have a little bit of a support level here. If we come back down a little bit less, maybe to maybe 238 or so, I might be buying in there. Netflix, we already broke down. You could try to trade that breakdown down a little bit. You can see I already have my squiggle lines worked out just in case it works out there. This is more of me talking to you guys, though. Normally I don't have the squiggles there. But if I was shorting from here on a swing trade, I would have a price target of 276, scale out level at about 292, and one right over here on 288. And then what I would do is I would have alerts on these as well, so help me close those orders right there, okay? So, bit by bit. Tesla's the only thing I would just say be cautious of right now. It did break down below its 200 weekly moving average. All the news could swing Tesla up or down and just destroy any shorts or puts or calls. So just be careful with it. It's more of a day trading thing right now with some good opportunities, but you can already see like this thing has been bouncing up, down, all around the pre-market and stuff like that. I don't want to take that chance with this right now. And then Amazon might be something you're also looking at, right? Let me go over here to the daily chart. Nice little bounce. We're getting closer to that bounce right there. Tomorrow, I may have an opportunity to buy Amazon for a short amount of time, probably like a few hours or so. But I think tomorrow might be the day for Amazon. hopefully the market kind of levels out a little bit. But Amazon was down like 3.5% today, a lot more than a lot of other stuff. So, and then after you do that, just make sure you're building on top of your trading journal, so you can go back at the end of the month and just see what stocks you were best at, what stocks you weren't at, and the justifications for why you opened up those positions and how they worked out. Buffet food equal jail food. Oh, I haven't been to a buffet in so long. I think COVID like really got me out of buffets. I think the last buffet I ever went to was at a casino called the Muckleshoot Casino because they have all you can eat crab. It was fantastic. I set alerts just like that. Actually, also right click the trend of more volatile quick alerts along with the standard price levels. Alerts are huge for me. Sometimes 100 daily. Oh, I'm not trading that many things, but yeah, having those alerts really does help you out quite a bit, especially if you're keeping track of what the long term trend suggests. You can easily make those inferences as far as which ones you want to be buying, which ones you want to be selling. At this point, though, everything's in a downward trend, so it all gets a little bit more negative. So you kind of have this bearish filter over your eyes, just kind of making everything seem a little bit more bearish than it otherwise should be. That's my concern right now for me. How rich do you have to be to trade in pre-market? You don't have to be that rich. Anybody could trade pre-market. Um, I just usually it's just hedge funds and stuff like that with larger incomes though, because that's the only way you can make good money. Um, like anybody can do it. I bought stuff in pre-market and I've sold it in pre-market. But usually you're just in there for like a quick 5 to 10% if it's something like really big news. But anybody can do it. There's no limit. I don't believe so. At least on TD Ameritrade. Um, and then as far as options are concerned, you can only trade those during the open market hours, which is why I usually only trade then. But I don't think there's any rules about you doing that. The only one I know of is of course the 25,000 for pattern day trading, but you shouldn't have any problems buying a position in the pre-market. All you have to do is do a limit order, and it has to match the price of somebody who's selling an order, right? So if there's a if there was an ask price out there for $10, you have to bid at least $10 to get that one. That way, otherwise, limit orders. It's gonna take a little bit too long there. So, to me, market orders don't really do the trick there as well. It can kind of mess it up. Let's see. Will you please cover Doge near term? Yeah, Doge right now, it's not something you can do proper technicals on like everything else. We're still in this little support zone here as far as triple bottoms that we talked about a few days ago. But you can see we try to get into that zone right here. Let's go over here. We just broke down yesterday after the news with Elon Musk. And so, let me just show you this right here. We're going back into that long downward trend that we talked about a while ago. I should just go over to the monthly chart, right? We're going back down to that long bearish trend here. A lot of this is off the fact that Elon ran that poll. Let me see. And I think this was the catalyst for people to sell out of Dogecoin a little bit here, or at least short it. Uh, I don't know where Elon is on my. Well, let's go here. There we go. Is he rolling out Twitter Blue for businesses? Oh, here it is. So, should I step down as the head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll. 57.5% said yes, 42.5% said no. This was 17 million votes, 17.5 million votes. Um, I think, I don't remember, like that's 17.5 million. Uh, see, a lot more polls than other times. Yeah, a lot more results there. A lot more results than normal. Um, this I don't think he's made any announcements about the CEO of Twitter or stuff like that. Um, so people are wondering if he's not the CEO. Well, does that mean Dogecoin isn't going to be part of the Twitter ecosystem here as they built out a payments platform, right? And so since we just had a breakdown, people are a lot more pessimistic. I mean, by the end of this week, if the market continues to go down here and it doesn't bounce today off of those support levels, because sometimes we just bounce for a day and then we can just continue to crash for the rest of the week, right? If that occurs, Dogecoin will probably be around 6.5 cents to 6 cents by the end of the week, right? So be careful with it. The support level has already been broken here. You can see right here we had a little bit of support. We broke down a little bit. Hopefully, it's more of a zone support and not so much of a just a hard flat level because we already broke down from that, unfortunately. But now, let me go over here very fast. Dogecoin is always kind of weird about these because it had such a massive pump. Now, we've been trying to hover around this zone for a while and just, we've done it, but it hasn't been pretty or it hasn't been clean. I think monthly chart. Maybe this one. No, not that at all. That one. We really haven't had a strong level of fibs to really trust on Dogecoin here, unless you're going off of like maybe a 4 hour or an hour chart or something like that. Let me go over here very fast. We'll do just this for fun. Boopity boopity boo. Oh, this is going to be hard actually. Let's go over here. Hmm. I got the bottom of it. Okay. It's very fast. 0.005. 0.00. Yeah, let's just do 0.005, I guess. So, but just get off all the other numbers. So 0.005. How does that look? Come back down a little bit here. Let's see, in hindsight, how did it work out a little bit? Yeah, it worked out pretty fine. Pivots on the fibs, yeah, okay. We've already broken down below that. That was the support level we had for a while. Now we're going back into a bit of sideways moves. Pivot there, pivot there. Might have another pivot towards the end of December. That might be kind of nice. But there's not really much support here, which kind of sucks. So let me go back over here very fast. Let's open up the Bankman box. Actually, first I need to zoom in here. I guess we could go back a little bit further in time, but I don't think it'd be worth it for Dogecoin. Because it just, went so parabolic, excuse me. All right. Go. Go. Let's see if we have any support levels that we actually honored. Honored that for all of a little bit, broke down. It was a level of resistance for us for a while. Then we got more choppy here. Held a little bit that one. Let's go to the daily chart. We might have a little bit of support coming up around 6.5 cents or so, but there's just not much there as far as Dogecoin for support because we've just gone up so much in such a fast amount of time here. I would say right now I would just go with the general zone buying opportunity between 5.5 and 6.5 cents right now, primarily buying around 6 cents even. Okay, but I'm looking at the long term. not really much there for us. All those support levels that we like, they're all like right there. Nice support, a little bit of support in this right here, that zone. Once we broke that zone, you can see how it kept on falling a lot faster. The same thing happened with Sheeb a few months ago. Oh, let me get log out of here. Oh, let me get that off. Log, there we go. Their orange levels were up here, except for when it came down, you just came down really fast afterwards because Sheep doesn't nearly have the support as Dogecoin does, right? Let's back up right here very fast to Bitcoin. But as far as Dogecoin's concerned, there's Bitcoin popping a little bit. Be careful. We're kind of just entering a buying zone, but I'd wait a little bit more personally unless you're doing day trades, which can be totally different. Yeah, definitely leaning. Well, we're at support, so we can bounce. But yeah, I'm more bearish than bullish right now. Um, I want to see what happens as far as the support level. So I'm buying a little bit right now in case we do pop. But primarily, I'm just waiting so we can to break down so I can do shorts or buy puts, stuff like that. And hey, Jim Bob, happy to see you. Are we still safe holding our long-term Doge positions? For me, yes, I'm perfectly happy to do that. But remember, don't invest more money than you're willing to lose. If you feel like you'd be devastated if your Dogecoin position went to zero or it went to a nickel or it went to a penny, something like that, always feel free to adjust your positions based on how you're feeling about the market. Um, you know, if you want to just have that money in another portfolio, just kind of waiting to see what happens. Wait to see what happens as far as the bear market's concerned, because like people like me, I still think the market has a lot more pain to experience and will experience it sometime in the quarter two of next year. That's when I'm really going to be buying a lot more heavily. You could always sell today, take a loss on the taxes, and then just buy back in a few months down the road. You can always do that. But as far as long term holding, I think it'll do just fine just because Elon Musk has pretty much said he's going to try to do some sort of payment system with it. That's all I'm really banking on right now as far as Dogecoin. But, I bought my Dogecoin like under a quarter of a penny. So I'm not terrified about how much money I may lose and stuff like that. So I have a different viewpoint. If you bought it 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, you can take the loss if you want to, or you can just wait it out. It's really how you feel about the position. Don't let me or another influencer or the diamond hand crowd, right, like make you choose something. Just choose whatever you think is the best for you. Um, you know, people asked me on Discord like months ago, hey, Michael, Dogecoin's at 20 cents. You think it could go down to 10 cents or less? And I was like, yeah, it could because the economy's getting really bad. It definitely could. And they asked me what I think they should do. And I told them, if you can't handle, Bitcoin, Dogecoin going down to a penny, right? Or a nickel or 10 cents, and you just feel like it's going to be like too sickening for you, you can always sell out and just wait. Um, you never know exactly how far it's going to go. So maybe you have to, you miss an opportunity to buy or something like that. That's always like the downside of it. But it really comes down to, do you believe in the project enough and what they're trying to do to justify just, holding it? Because not everybody can do that. And, it's okay if you can't, because it really does get annoying to watch your value go down and down and down like month after month, and things like that. But for me, I'm still holding it, but I'm up quite a bit still. So it's not like I'm, you know, worried about it as much, if that makes sense. And also, I did scale out pretty publicly around 50 cents, a good chunk of my Dogecoin. 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, right? Every 10 cents in increments. So I did manage to scale it quite a bit. So I also did take profits at one point in time, just not all of my profits. I think if I went over to Dogecoin today, monthly chart, uh, this is not going to look right because we have log back on. It's not going to look normal. Um, 0.0024. That's fine enough. Right now I'm still like 3,000% up on my Dogecoin trade. If we go all the way down to like a penny, I'll be 354% up on my Dogecoin trade. If we go back over here to these lows over here, that could be the that may be the bottom for Dogecoin. We have no idea. That means I'm still up 1,000. I have a different viewpoint on Dogecoin because I managed to buy it when nobody else was really talking about it, primarily because it fit a couple specifications that I've made videos about, as far as like low market cap, somewhere everybody can buy it at, things like that. But on the monthly chart, we just got rejected off of the 20-month moving average here after trying to hold support for a few months. Weekly chart, however, we're on the verge of a golden cross. If we can just hold strong, that's the bullish sign for us. But the economy is the big looming question here. Hey, Guns Unloaded, happy to see you back. See. And hey, Salty Poet, look at his last comment regarding interest rate. For who? For who? For who? For who? Thanks, same here. I think we dipping a little. I'm sprinkling in here. Yeah, it'll be nice. For as far as Bitcoin's concerned here, let's go over here very fast. Let's go over to the daily chart, auto. Depending on how you want to look at this. Let's see. Actually, there's a few different ways we can play this out. Here's some Fibonacci extensions. You could go out for this. Normally, we treat Fibonacci extensions more as resistance points and not supports, and Fibonacci retracements as supports. But sometimes you just notice that you do bounce off of these levels, which means to me that somewhere along the path, there's a Fibonacci support level there as well. I just haven't found it yet. But you can always go off for something like that, or maybe... Hold on. Bloopity, bloopity, bloop. We managed to break above that one. Yeah, that's the little pop that we just experienced. Part of it, I would say. We matched up here, hit it. I normally sell off right here, but we did make it up a little bit higher. Yeah, as far as this is one concern, it's a little bit more tricky, though. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't look as good as I want it to be, but it'll be fun for day trades. Day trades primarily, especially on the 15-minute chart. Have a golden cross come up pretty soon. We'll test out 16,700, and then from there, who knows what. But that'd be a nice day trade for me. Just get back up to this realm. Then it might get rejected or so, but who cares? You might see some type of breakout, though. How's this downtrend looking for us? Broke out, goes more sideways, but we just entered another downtrend here. Yeah. I don't really want to go out for that one. There you go. We should have a pullback, I would say, pretty soon, at least to retest. Maybe that'd be a good buying opportunity for you guys. Let's see. And hey, Clint, if you have a long-term view for Dogecoin, then you realize that you're actually fine. I'm not too worried about it, but it really depends on how much you trust the team and stuff like that. I mean, I guess, I own Coinbase right now, and Coinbase is just going down, and I'm just kind of absorbing that. But I think Coinbase will probably survive this bear market, and then from there, I'll have an opportunity to make some money on that on the other side. Like, look at Coin right now. Is Coin over here on the right-hand side by any chance? No, okay. I think they actually said today that Coinbase has a less of a market cap than Dogecoin right now, which is insane. But see, Coinbase is making new lows. Let's go over here to the weekly. I'm just buying up a whole bunch of stuff like this. Or even right now, if you guys look at stocks and you guys want something that's that's not falling off of a cliff, all you guys have to do is go over here to 20-day simple moving average. Just go to price above the SMA 50 if I can find it. No, I don't need to be crossed. I just want it to be above. Yeah, actually, no, we want to do it crossed because we could see downtrends that are happening right now, but this is a simple way. You'd probably want to put some more information in there. These are all testing out supports here. Here's one. Oh, Abio, I don't like this one. It's biotech, Acer, biotech. Okay, I gotta get out of this. Acer gambling. Oh, this one's really low. I didn't do all the other stuff. Yeah, you'd probably want to do market cap and stuff in here as well. Market cap. over 2 billion. Average volume, let's go over 500,000, I guess, for now. And then crossed. Let's do the 50. Let's just do crossed above the. We just want it to be above. There's only 24 stocks out there where the 20-day moving average has crossed above the 50-day moving average, and the 50-day is already above the 200 with an average volume of over 500,000 and a market cap of over 2 billion. There's only 24 right now. APD may be something you guys want to get into. Cigna Corporation healthcare plans, that may be something. I own this, but I bought this months ago. I told you guys a long time ago, healthcare and energy. This is just one of those plays because if you go over here, Cigna, little small dividend right there, but also, nobody ever wants to short these guys for some reason. Probably because they're making too much money. The income is like $6 billion. Market cap is $100 billion. I've been pretty happy with how their performance has been, but it's not like it went all into this type of thing. But yeah, there's some good plays if you guys ever wanted to check them out. These are more bullish here. The Hershey Company. Nobody ever thinks about freaking Hershey, but it's there for you. Las Vegas Sands Corp, Resorts and Casinos. You guys can go out for that. This is actually something I'm planning on shorting here pretty soon, but not paying attention to right now. Never seen this one before. LFG. Don't pay attention to it at all, but it looks like it's flat for the last few weeks. Merck and Company. Again, healthcare drug manufacturers. More bearish on it, but you can see you're starting off at a good point if you wanted to go bearish. So bit by bit, don't forget the stock screener here. It can help you out with a lot of stuff. There's stuff moving up, like VRSN, software infrastructure. I could see this thing popping off sometime in January. It's only $20 billion valuation. Kind of like how Yum just did here. Yum Brands. Yum Brands is awesome. I don't know if you guys know what Yum Brands are. Yum.com. Oh, this really doesn't have a good. Yeah, there you go. KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. Right. People go to fast food when they can't afford regular food, even though right now fast food is pretty expensive. See, hey Messi, you ever prove your returns by showing us your gains on tax returns? I've never done it, probably never will. All I do for you guys is pretty much just give you positions, and I'm pretty transparent about what I'm telling you guys and why I'm telling you guys stuff. I guess, like, here, let me show you. It's more about just giving you guys calls when I have a good idea of what's going on. Most of the time, that's been moved over to member streams and stuff like that, though. So, like, how do I do this? Community. So, I don't post much here anymore because I moved everything over to the membership stream. And so let me see if I can find this for you. Going back to last year, right? Back when it was a lot easier and I can actually give you guys plays all the time. Like stuff like this. That Nike YOLO hedge play worked out. That's something we did during a live stream. There's a bug I had. I'm going to go down because this was a while ago now. Stuff like this. I'll give you guys all the plays that we're doing. I'll probably buy some on stream with members. And then we just kind of watch to see how it plays out when we go against to our certain scale levels. But I'm never going to give out tax returns. The best thing I can tell you is you can trust me or you don't trust me. If you want to listen to calls I make on the memberships, I would say do a paper trading. Don't even put your money at risk. Just do a paper trading follow of me. And that's usually what I would say works best. And then you go through and you choose your 5 stocks you want to trade. You open up a one of the files I give you as far as a trading journal. And then from there, you start entering your information. You start to see which patterns worked out best for you. And then after that, at the end of the month, you kind of go back and reflect on which trades are most profitable. Are you starting to do better at trading Apple or Microsoft or Tesla? And then are you better doing options? Are you better doing just regular stock plays? Are you better doing swing trades? Are you better at doing day trades? Stuff like that. And then from there, you start to build up your own portfolio. I only give out maybe one call a month nowadays, where I would say last year, I was giving away this one, that one, I guess it was just a few months ago, but not as nice, right? If I can find more of them, because most of them are like these little TA videos here. If I can find one. I need to start posting more. I feel like I haven't been posting much, but part of the reason is just because I run out of this type of stuff. Like just stuff like this, where we talk about the SPY, like those YOLO puts have been great so far. So right, let me see. There's Loki when he was a little bit smaller here. And then I also show you guys my losses as well. So I'm not a perfect trader and I never claim to be, but here's the options that are looking today. Mixed bag, but still up. So you can see the overall totals are there. These are all, red. A lot of red here. Stuff like that. But probably never going to show tax returns or anything like that. I asked my accountant about it once and he says you can, but he says this is back when I was a larger Dogecoin guy, right? Where there was like 20,000 people following the channel and stuff like that. But he says that the SEC eventually is going to go after crypto people and to just not give myself any liability there. And now that I see everything going on with all these other people, I'm kind of like, okay, cool. I don't have to like worry about the SEC climbing up my butt for telling you guys like, hey, I like this play and stuff like that. Although I doubt me saying I'm buying Apple really causes a surge in Apple price because I'm not like those Atlas trading guys who have those like really big portfolios who can just like buy a micro cap stock and then wait a couple days and tell everybody else to buy it and like sell on the pump, if that makes sense. But maybe one day I'll have enough of an impact to move Apple up 1% or something like that. But that'd be a lot of volume, right? A lot of volume. Oh, you said coin? Oof. Yeah. Coinbase is having some issues here today. Let's see. And hey, Messi, hey, it's up to you. Don't worry about it, my man. Like, I'm not here to. I don't even want to call it. I'm not here to prove you're wrong. I'm just here doing my thing. And if people want to listen, they can. It's pretty simple. That's why I like it. That's why I like YouTube. Second is my favorite on Hershey used to trade slow there like Ford. I only bought Ford because COVID made it cheap, and I thought a lot of stuff was going to be cheap. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought Ford because I didn't even know they were going to go down the EV route. I think they're like whispering about it because everybody was whispering, oh, yeah, we got to find a way to get into the EV realm. But Ford's been okay so far. It's had a nice little pop, but Ulta, John Deere, Coca-Cola, all stable. Yeah, Coca-Cola, man. Coca-Cola, I was reading the report, their quarterly reports. They are passing on a lot of the inflationary costs onto the consumers, and people are still buying without any reservations. They're still like just soaking up all the Coca-Cola products they can. I was surprised when I saw that because I didn't think Coca-Cola was going to be able to withstand all that. I was like, oh yeah, that much for Coca-Cola? Now I'll pass because I have been passing on it. What I've been doing is just doing more, what do you call it? Well, I guess it's more of a diet because I'm fat, right? But Soda Stream, excuse me. I got like a brand new Soda Stream a few months ago, and I replaced my other one because my other one was just kind of old. But you just, you have the carbonation tank or whatever it is, you hook it up. It's kind of always scary for me to hook it up the first time, but hook it up, put the water in the bottle up to the max line. You spin it up, you push it down, and then you just psh, and I make some homemade soda that way. As long as you don't put the syrup in before you do the carbonation process. People that have to prove their gains should have to prove their losses. It's about trust. That's true. Well, that's why I like to show you guys my losses as well and how I complain about different stuff. I remember last year I hated Tesla so much at certain points because it wasn't following the technicals as I had traded them. So I said Tesla sucks because I suck at trading it. And hey, Pepper, oh, you don't want to see my... I know. I don't see many other people out there doing tax returns and stuff like that. It's almost like me asking for Jim Cramer's tax returns. If he said he was making a bunch of money on his tax return, I still wouldn't believe him as far as his plays because his plays thus far have been awful. It's that type of stuff, right? But as long as I can kind of guide you in the right direction to give you guys my opinions, I feel like I'm fine. I just don't want to get overly into the buy this, sell that. Because what happened was there was a YouTuber that did that. What's his name? Chris Sane. Oh, I didn't spell his name right. He has 468,000 subscribers here. Does a lot of shorts, it looks like right now. You know, his videos, let's say about 4,000 videos. He got 7,000 here, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. Kind of ranges between, I guess, 3,000 and 10,000 views right now. But he was making a killing. But then all of a sudden he said, he gave out like what happened to most creators out there who are mostly entertainers in this space. They started to get calls wrong, right? And not just like every once in a while I get a bad call, but overall the trade works, or sometimes the whole thing doesn't work out. It was like consistently bad calls because, it's very hard to give technical analysis out to people. It's very difficult. Otherwise, a lot of people would be doing it. But when the market's moving up, all you have to do is say buy this, and it just goes up because the entire market's going up, right? When we started to go more sideways, he started to have problems because you have to pick what's winning, and you have to pick which has good cash flow, what people perceive as going to be making money, even what's going to be growing even during this shitty environment. He wasn't able to do that, right? Because it happens. A lot of people did it. I had problems with it myself, not the same way, but I did have problems. I couldn't give you guys as many plays as I wanted to. I could only give you guys a fraction of them because I knew you had to be much more picky, I guess you would say, right? But, go back a year ago, this guy, 2 years ago, options on Robinhood, like 341,000, easy plays, best penny stocks to buy. Again, his problem might have been that he was also advising people to buy penny stocks, which I never do. But, it's that type of stuff, right? Best stocks to buy, like, stock lingo. I don't know what lingo is. Geez, my microphone here. Let me go back over here very fast. LIGO. I don't know what lingo is. Oh, Duolingo. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I like Duolingo. All right, let's go monthly. Enough said right there. And that video was from, let me see, I don't want to, from a year ago. Okay, I won't be able, okay, hold on one second here. February 13th of 2021. So let's go over here. Oh, so it's over here. No, it's not. Oh, what a weird name. DUOL. Okay, there you go. I like the little picture though. Week. Let's see. Oh, it's not even on here. Yeah, February 2021. I don't know why it's not on here. But basically, you could imagine it was over here and it down. Then eventually it did pop up, and then it kind of kept on coming back down. That's weird. Huh. Okay. It could just be a fault on YouTube or something. But yeah, it's very hard to tell people to buy penny stocks and stuff like that. It's very difficult, right? You could already see that penny stocks, it could be easier to pump those up as well. But a lot of creators like this, they all kind of went down. Even me. Like if I go over here and type in Chris Sane, over here to Social Blade, because a lot of people lost subscribers this year. I know Tom Crown gained subscribers, I gained subscribers, but a lot of other influencers out there, they lost subscribers. Like him, he hasn't made any subscribers. He has had more views over the last few days. But yeah, his subscriber count has been basically negative 1,000, negative 2,000, 1,000 up, negative 1,000, 0, negative 1,000. He's like losing 1,000 subscribers a month right now. I would say probably between 500 and 1,000. That happens to a lot of the big names. Even if you go to Digital Asset News, down 1,000 for the last 30 days, right? Down 1,000, losing some here. He was gaining actually for a while, but I guess the bear market's finally getting to them. And you got me. Let me go show you me because I'm gonna make fun of myself here too. Right? I've only made 300 in the last 30 days. I guess I'm happy it's not down. I lost 100 here. Basically, it means you dropped down below 100 threshold. So that means I was like I was at 301, went back to 299. Then I got back above 300. That worked out there. Then I got to 400, 500. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gaining here, but overall it's been pretty flat for me. A little bit of growth here, a little bit of growth there. Back in May, nice, nice little pop there. But you know, um, the space has seen a contraction because not everybody has easy money these days, I would say. But get ready for next year or whenever the market starts to pick back up. You'll see everybody come back in force. Like remember there was a YouTuber out there, I forget his name, but he was very entertaining. Um, Crypto Batman. Oh, he changed his name to Goose Wayne. Okay. Goose Wayne. So he's lost 400 subscribers in the last 30 days, right? 100. So he's been losing subscribers here. Um, and it looks like he deleted a video here. He deleted a bunch of videos here. Huh. No, that was at the end of December, I guess. But he's only been getting a couple hundred views a day. He's probably stopped streaming altogether. Yeah, this guy stopped posting videos altogether. He deleted a lot of his content here, lives. Oh, he streamed an hour ago. Yeah, he streamed an hour ago, I guess. But he only gets 200 views nowadays, whereas back in time, I bet he was getting thousands, like 120,000 views, $60,000 views, that type of stuff, right? A lot different here. Remember, my streams got millions and millions of views last year. It's absolutely insane. But like, hey, John, I think there was another creator right there. Okay, that's too common of a YouTube channel name, I'm pretty sure. But there was a guy named Hey John and stuff like that. The niche has gotten a lot crazier. Chili was a good idea tonight. Hey Mike. Hey Echo Pink. Chili sounds great. What am I gonna have? I'm gonna have a sandwich with ham, bacon. No. Turkey, bacon, lettuce, mayonnaise, mustard, avocado, and salt and vinegar chips. And ice water. That's what I'm having for dinner, I'm pretty sure. Was gonna make chicken, but I decided to hold off. I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow and buy a bunch of duck. Maybe buy 2 more ducks because we're gonna be having some snow this week, and I just want to be prepared to be snowed in. If we do get snowed in, probably won't, but you never know. And who doesn't want to be snowed in and eating duck? That's the way to go. SodaStream, man, those look good, but wondering if the sugar tastes like all those in the soda machines. No, not at all. So when it comes for me and SodaStreams, what I do is I don't actually use the SodaStream syrups and stuff like that. What I do for SodaStream, like just so you guys know what we're talking about here, because the market's really boring right now. I'm sorry, but the market's just not doing anything interesting. SodaStream. So this is the one I got. SodaStream official. Right here. That little one. Oh, actually, is that? Let me see. No, I got this. Okay. I got this just because I'm really lazy about the carbonation. It had nothing to do with the look of it. No. Mine has a handle. Oh, is this the one I got? I don't think I got the bundle. I think I just actually paid for it separately. I might have made a mistake there. But yeah, it's a very nice little thing. The bottles are a lot different than the old school bottles. I don't know, like the old school bottles were just like regular bottles that stayed the same size all the way up and down. These ones have these weird little things, and I don't like them as much. But I wanted a new one anyway. But anyway, they have these things where flavors right here, like these. I don't actually like these at all. I don't like. It's up to you if you want to have this taste here. What I tend to do personally here is I'll add some sweeteners into them on the side, and after you do the carbonation, and then I'll just put lime juice. I get lime juice and lemon juice just in the bottles, and I just pour some in there, and I got myself a little bit of lemon, sparkling lemon water. I you can put the sweetener in there if you want to, but usually just the lemon juice or the pomegranate juice with the sparkling water. It's pretty good to me. I used to put sweetener in it with my last one. This one not so much, and that's primarily because I lost some of my taste with COVID, so I just don't need it anymore. But you like that, little lemon juice bottle. Pour some in there, and you're good to go. Primarily, I'm more of a pomegranate guy. Oh, how do you do this? Stuff like the palm, that's really good. You can get just regular organic cranberry juice until that. Just pour some juice in there. I mean, works perfectly fine for me. Now I prefer like 100% juices, so I'll buy 100% blueberry juice, carrot juice. It seems weird, carbonated carrot juice, but it works. Um, it works wonderfully. So I'd recommend you just buy juices because if you buy the syrups, they're just as expensive. I don't know why the syrups are so expensive. Probably because the brands want their own little cut of the pie. But I forget what they're called. I don't even know if the store I buy them from has them anymore because I stopped going there because they phased out boar's head meat, which is a travesty. Um, it's a bad economy when the bougie stores I go to stop selling bougie meats because nobody's buying them, except for me. I like those meats. I was actually really upset when they told me that they're phasing in Dietz and the Weinz, Dietz and Heinz or something like that, which I don't like their meat at all. What is it? Percent blueberry juice. This stuff, yeah, right here. Okay, this is it. This is it. This is it. I'm glad it came out. Um, maybe I'll search for it so you guys can see the picture here. But this stuff, they have everything you could ever want. I don't know if they have. Do they have a website for themselves? RW, just juice. Okay, if anybody has it, it's Amazon, I guess. Um, this isn't the same brand. Okay, it doesn't matter, but they should have like. No, it's not going to have it. They really just make it more complicated than it has to be. Maybe Walmart has it. If Walmart has it, that'd be cool. But yeah, cranberry juice. They have blueberry juice, orange beet juice, grape juice, prune juice, beet carrot orange juice. Uh, just saying, if you want to make like do the soda stream with it, try it. Don't knock it to try it, but yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good. Um, Helps me a lot, especially when I'm dieting right now and I'm like just losing like 2 pounds a week, sometimes a pound and a half a week. But to not drink Coca Cola every day or not drink other stuff, nice little soda stream works wonders. See. And hey, the real transporter, thank you very much for following me on Twitter, guys. I really do appreciate it. I need to promote my Twitter more, but I'll do it eventually. Um, Problem is things change on a dime right now. I changed my mind on trades by the second one trading. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's so hard to do these day trades. And the problem, going back to what you're talking about earlier, if you have if you're trying to do day trades, a lot of the times you're looking at very strong support structures there to like bounce off of, or very heavy resistance levels to bounce off of. Um, and that's very hard when the news is going every which way. And then we also have to worry about CPI data coming up. We also have to worry about Jerome Powell with interest rate hikes coming up, and what Elon Musk is doing, what the president is doing, all the type of stuff. Um, that makes it very hard to trade in this environment right now, which is why I told you guys months ago, I've been very happy to just day trade here and doing day trades when I feel like they're available. I'm not forcing it. Now, by not forcing it or not doing as many trades, I'm not making as much money nearly as I did last year. Not at all. However, this year I've made some really good plays that have really boosted up my account. But really, it's been like only a fraction of the income. A lot of my money this year came from shorting Luna. I told you guys I was going to short Luna around $104 when it was reaching like all-time highs again, as Bitcoin was like clearly in a bear market territory. Um, Luckily for me, not luckily for a lot of other people, Luna went kaput to zero pretty much, and I ended up like scaling it at $60, $20, $10, $5, $1.50, and then I scaled the rest of it around like 20 cents because Binance and KuCoin and all those other exchanges were actually going to plan to delist it from their exchanges. Um, and on top of that, I made some money by buying UST after it crashed just for YOLO. It ended up really bouncing up like a couple thousand%. And then from there, just a few $100 there, a few $100 there, maybe some days a few $1,000 every, But I only trade when I feel a really good position. I don't bother to trade when I don't see one. Today, all I saw worth trading was a little bit of the Apple, Microsoft, and that was off of the Nasdaq bouncing. I didn't even look at their technicals as much as them themselves bouncing off of the Nasdaq bouncing. Excuse me. As far as the Fed going after influencers, why don't they find YouTube or policing and removing double your money scams? Lobbyists, right? Um, I'm not going to say too much bad stuff about YouTube because YouTube could terminate my channel. They tried to earlier this year. If you guys remember, I got an apology and everything, but it still really sucked to not be able to stream for a whole month. Um, I still worry about that. Every now and again, I wake up and I'm like, I hope my channel's still there. I got a little bit of PTSD from it. Not like an amount where you guys should feel sorry for me like that. But it's something where I still think about it every few days. I'm like, hey, whoa, I hope my channel's there. I'm looking at an email. I hope that's not an email telling me my channel was demonetized or my channel was having an issues. My friend Tom, he had a much worse experience than me with Twitter, with YouTube and stuff like that. So, uh, you know, I'll keep my criticism of YouTube slim. But you know, they just have a large army of lobbyists there to kind of make sure that doesn't happen. And I think they're probably working on it. It's just that it's out of their control a little bit. If you guys go on to YouTube and stuff, which I won't do right now because last time I did it, I got my channel taken away. Um, if you just type in, you guys see all those scams all over the place still, because they steal somebody's account information, they put it up, and then they have to be reported, and then somebody has to look at the report. Somebody has to say, "Oh my God, they did do it." Then their channel gets taken down. It's a very long process here. I asked YouTube a few days ago about this person on YouTube here. This is something I can show you guys if I can find. Do I still follow him or not? I don't know what it was. He runs a shorts channel, but basically all the guy does is steal other people's shorts and post them on his channel, and he has like 500,000 subscribers from it. And YouTube has given him a 100,000 YouTuber subscriber plaque, all because he's stolen a whole bunch of people's videos. And I asked YouTube, like, is this allowed? Because if it is, I'll steal other people's stuff and I'll post a whole bunch of shorts too on another channel to test it out. It was mostly a test. I wouldn't make money off of it because it's not my content. But they said, oh yeah, you should report it. There's no way I can report a video like that because they're not stealing from me. They're stealing from other influencers out there. So, it's stuff like that where I'm like, okay, if that's the way the system's going to be, I'm just living in the system. I'm not going to try to rock the boat. Oh, I need to listen to that song again. Rock the boat, baby. The essence syrup with ethanol or alacose is pretty good with the tea. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. And a few drops go a long way. I will have to do that because my throat is just killing me right now. I got to go buy some more tea, though. My tea shop that shut down in Tacoma, they opened up another store in Tacoma, just in a different spot. They got kicked out by their landlord because the landlord wanted to renovate it and increase the price. So I live close to a town called Tacoma. I used to live downtown Tacoma, actually. Right here. I think my car, yeah, that's my car right there. That's my car right there. No, that may be Keegan's car. My car might have been over here at the time. But there used to be this cool place called Mad Hat Tea. Fujiya. Yeah, it's right here. Or is that where it's at? There's Fujiya. Chase Bank is over here. No, this isn't the right place because this is the Cowboy Bar. Well, there used to be a tea place over here. I guess it's in the other place. Looking for the bus stops. Oh, it's on Commerce Street. Not this street. It's the one next to it. Yeah, right here. Yeah. See that Mad Hat Tea Company? Right? I used to go here for tea. They moved to the more industrial side of the city, so not the downtown area. They moved over here. I think it's to Mad Hat Tea right there. Yeah. So whatever this spot is, let's go right here to this spot, which I guess used to be something else. I don't know what it is. But yeah, now they have a Mad Hat right here. So I'm gonna go in there this weekend and say hello to them and grab some tea. They got some really good tea, but their tea has like you can like have them make special tea for you. Like they have all the ingredients like shipped literally from China or wherever. Most of the stuff I get, I guess, is from China, China type tea and Japanese tea. You get it over here. You can blend it. They can blend it all for you, homemade. It works fantastic. Like with my tea, my throat be gone tea, whatever it is. Like, let me see if I can go find it. Manhattan Tea Tacoma shop. Oh gosh, I don't know how this works out. Uh, throat. My throat hurts. There we go. One of our best-selling remedies. So many sore throats asked for this, and people whose throats didn't. Um, I don't know. I usually get quite a bit of this when I get it. But there it goes. It has cayenne pepper, echinacea, ginger, lemon peel, licorice, and remedies. Let's see right here. What did you say? Yeah, it has that same. No, that's something else here. But yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know what this does. Oh, just everything what it is. But you see, you can just get it right there, and you can see what teas it in, what teas it's in. I also get the liver 11. But yeah, freaking fantastic. And also, it's nice to support small businesses, especially as we're about to head into a recession. Not many people can just go waste money at a tea store to help a small business out. Because obviously inflation's kind of fucking people over. But the ones I do support, I support them a lot. Which is only really two stores right now. It's a wine store and a tea store. Anything else? No, maybe a restaurant here or there, but usually that's up in Seattle, and I don't really choose the restaurants I go to. People do that I go with, they do. So I'm just kind of giving good tips out. Let's see, it's right here. But Philip, it'll be interesting to see how this works out down the road because I don't think the Fed or the SEC more primarily they don't really focus on people like me. They focus on the people that tell people to buy specific things with low market caps because they can actually influence the price. If I have 60,000 subscribers, if I made a video that got all 60,000 of my subscribers to buy Apple, I don't even think it would make a dent in what Apple's doing on the charts, right? It wouldn't make an impact at all. So or Tesla or anything out there that I tell people that I'm buying out there, like oil or energy or healthcare, it doesn't really make a dent. So I don't think they really care about me. Where they may care about me is me doing sponsorships for exchanges. So I've worked with BitGet in the past. I've worked with right now I'm working with BingX. They might say, hey, we don't want you to tell people to go to BingX. We don't want you to tell people to go to Femex. We don't want to tell you people to go to BitGet and stuff like that. But there's no laws against that right now. But maybe in the future, regulations could say, hey, I can't promote exchanges or something on YouTube. Maybe that's what happened. But most influencers out there, we don't have many problems. The more famous you get, that's where people start to get really shady, right? Talk about BitBoy. He never got in any trouble after scamming all those people. Logan Paul scamming people all the time, never getting in any trouble for it. It's that type of stuff. I don't know how that gets fixed by the SEC though, because they're not like they want to go after Kim Kardashian, right? And the whole time nobody was even paying attention to FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. Their priorities are they're all over the place, and I don't see it getting better anytime soon. But I always said if they offered me like a part-time job just to kind of explain how the influencer market worked, I'd be happy to give them information on it. But for a fair price, You should apply for the Twitter CEO position. I would love to do that, but see, for me, as far as Twitter CEO, I would pretty much delegate a lot of the coding stuff to other members on the team, especially like the finance stuff. What I would do is more of try to just steer the ship in a better direction, I think, by making it more free speech available, making sure everybody's treated the same no matter how large your account is, right? And not really responding to backlash on a day-to-day basis. And maybe in the algorithm, if I was going to mess with it, tweak down the importance of political tweets. So, if there's a big political event, I don't necessarily want to see it on my front page of Twitter unless maybe I opt into political tweets, if that makes sense. So, I think these days everybody kind of sees the top, generally, people see the top 10 things trending on Twitter. I would like to have politics actually out of that unless you opt in to see really political stuff, because those people really just want to have an argument these days. So that's what I would say. So if it's a really big political story, stuff like that, leave it aside. People could opt into it when they first sign up for Twitter, no problem there. But I don't think people like me who necessarily, we follow politics, but our day-to-day life is not defined by it. I don't think it should be the first thing they see every day is like, oh, this is political talk going over here. Oh, Democrats did this. Oh, Republicans did this. Oh, Libertarians did this. Oh, the communists did this. You know what I mean? I'd rather just have it break apart a little bit. And I think the overall vibe of the platform would get much, much better. Journalists might get a little bit ticked off about it. But again, I don't really care about journalists personally. They're good at what they do. A lot of them are really fair people, but it seems like sometimes the corporations which they work for, it kind of dictates which way they're gonna, which information they believe or which information they want to push out. It's all murky water stuff. But if you go over here to Twitter, right? There you go. Go over here to Twitter. You go to Explore. You go to Trending. WWE, Packers, Aaron Rodgers. This is all stuff I want to see. Harry Weinstein, maybe not what I want to see, but people are talking about it. Sure, so fine, right? Joe Barry, all this stuff is good. Pence, I don't really care for Pence, but he's there. Probably wouldn't want to have that, and that'd be one thing I'd take out, right? Anything else? Liz Cheney, take that out. Title 42, take that out. Politics raising, take that out. And it's not like it's not like you can't see it. It'd be all over your For You page if the algorithm seems like you like it. But should it be at the trending tab with WWE, Packers, Aaron Rodgers? I don't think so, personally. But here, what's going on? Who's winning this game right now? Oh, I can't see. I can't play video. Oh no, I can't play video. Okay. NFL. Green Bay Packers are beating the Rams. Both teams suck. Wowza. But yeah, it's almost halftime. But yeah, so, that's what I would do if I was CEO of Twitter. I would really try to strip away part of the politics to stay on the For You page and not be exposed to the trending page. Because I think what's happening these days is there's a lot of bots pushing up right-wing stuff, left-wing stuff, and all the haters out there are pushing everything up. Why not just piss them all off and say, hey, no, you can play by yourselves over there in the corner, but everybody else that's grown up, we can just kind of do our own thing. And then besides that, get the algorithm folks to work on more on getting people to see new stuff. You know how you go on TikTok and you kind of scrolling, and most of the time you see stuff that you like, but all of a sudden you see something really randomly wild, whoa, this is kind of cool over here. They call it sections of TikTok. Wow, I'm on jail TikTok, or wow, I'm on black TikTok, or wow, I'm on Canadian TikTok. Like that. I would like to have more of that kind of flowing through the For You page every now and again. And I think that'd be a really big help. But there has to be some type of algorithm there. I would like to see Twitter actually partner up with TikTok to do something really cool there. Where you might not have Vine and you might not have a competitor, but maybe you can work closely with them, have an integration there that works, and people can be using both platforms pretty synonymously. But that's not going to happen. They're probably going to do something similar with Vine, and it would cost a lot of money to hire some talent away from TikTok over there to kind of guide the new algorithm as far as TikTok's concerned, or Twitter's concerned. I'm shorting Ethereum with 20x leverage, wrecking these bulls. Good luck with it, my man. I'm gonna be excited to see what the market does tomorrow, especially after this little pop that we've had after the new day. Drama sells in politics is a form of drama the world can get into. Oh my gosh, yes it is. Well, the funny thing is, this is something I would love to do, but I just wouldn't do it because it kind of go against the spirit of what I just said a few minutes ago. I would like to see Canadian politics, if that's trending, go to America's trending. A Mexican's politics, if something's over there is trending, like, pop up in America every now and again. Same with Europe and China, or, they don't have Twitter, but, like Russia, stuff like that, Europe, Africa, wherever. I'd like to see some of their topics float up into America, but I don't want to see American politics float up into America stuff. But that wouldn't be fair, right? So I wouldn't do that. Also, it doesn't help that the celebs have embraced the idea of politics on their forums. It's a clout thing, right? You need to be loved. Everybody in that space needs to be loved. Heck, I'm moving to Nicaragua. At least that's the goal here. As soon as I get enough money to really fly out there with Loki, or not, I need to get a boat for Loki. But I want to get out there, just live my life and be chill. I don't want to worry about American politics or how taxes are getting raised and inflation is still going up. I don't want to have to worry about all that stuff because in Nicaragua, I'm financially stable to such a degree where like I feel like a multi-millionaire. Whereas in America, even if I had $1 million in the bank cash, it wouldn't feel like a lot of money to me because I know how fast it goes for like a house, day-to-day food if I wanted to eat out at nice restaurants most days. Like if I go over here to do I still have maps on? Let's just go over here very fast. Maps to promo. All right. Let's go over here. Let's exit that. Let's go over here to Nicaragua. I want to go over here to this small town of San Juan del Sur, Del Sur. Or I can move over here to, Managua. I don't really want to live over here. It's just too busy for me, personally. Although it has some beautiful areas. I want to live on one of these small towns over here. So I don't mind if it's, Playa Blanca, White Beach. Go over here. There's like a little other towns and stuff like that. They're building out right now. But, a small little town over here. Build a house over here. Nice little areas over here. I'd probably honestly just go over here because it's the only place I've really researched. But, let's say I want to get some food. Restaurant El Timon. Literally just getting food on a beach with all the boats out there. Nothing wrong with that. Look at that. Nice little fish. People out there. I'm not asking for like 5-course meals, although they looks like they try here a little bit with the little sausage weenie. But if I go over here, how do I do this? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Back. Do they even have a website? They don't even have a website. So let's go to the menu. Right there. See? Cocktails, $2.50. I could do just fine down there. Like, really. Nibbles, $2.50 for tacos. So that chalupa is over here, probably per one happy hour menu. That is fantastic for me. That is more than enough for me. You go over here to Ding Repair Cafe. They have a Facebook page, it looks like. I don't know if I can see it. There you go. Let's zoom in here very fast. Soy sausage, $1.50. $9 for a feast and fiesta, bowls and brunch. $8, $7, $9. Not bad. I'm perfectly fine with that. It's almost kind of some of the prices we have here in some respects, like, but just, I guess, larger portions. But everything down here, no website over here. Look at that. I'd be perfectly happy with that. Look at that. Look at that. They even got waffles and avocado for the Seattleites like me. So stuff like that. I would just be perfectly fine with it. I'm like, mostly because I've been to South America a lot and I like it a lot. I probably wouldn't be eating food like this all the time, but, I'd be making food at home. But it's not very expensive to go out there and, go find a nice place to live. Like, let's go over here very fast. You guys can see I've already been through all of these so many times. I always like to go to the Aurora beachfront one. That's always my favorite, though. You go to houses. I don't feel like I want a condo. Not personal enough. Or not, spacious enough. But, lot size, largest to smallest. I go by lot size. I don't really care about the house too much. Let me see if there's a house that's done that's not sold yet. No, that's under contract. Sold. Sure, let's go to this one. This one's sold. It sold for like $359,000. This is by no means a modern, really luxurious house. I want to make sure that's clear. It's not like I'm going up there to live like the millionaire lifestyle. But, it's pretty darn nice to me. Me, Loki, a future woman I find down there, a few puppies that Loki has with his girlfriend. right? Perfectly fine. It looks like this is cheaper though because you don't have a view of the ocean, so you're not at the ocean, which means I wouldn't buy this house. But let's see, there's one over here. No, that seems to be a lot or something. Oh, here's some really nice expensive ones though. Wowza. 1.3. I just want to find one that has a view of the beach in it. Okay, here we go. Now this is more expensive. Again, $749,000. But for $749,000, I can buy a shack in Seattle. Or I can go out here, get this nice little house, have people over, chill out, relax, get new furniture, get the house fixed up a little bit more to what I would like. But yeah, I mean, it's really beautiful. And I'd be perfectly fine with this. Wow, there's a lot of green in this house. Look at all that. Oh my gosh. Throwing parties in there, whatnot. Whoa, whoa, what is that? Is that a bed? And then a toilet underneath it with this little door? Dude, the imaginations when people build up these houses, all kind of custom houses at first, they're really, really nice. I like what people have to say. Nice little Buddha things up here. I'd take all that stuff down, but it's a nice touch that while it's there, and you got the nice view of the water, you're usually paying for the water in that one. But, I think if I was to buy a house here, it'd be less than $500,000 easily. Here's $379,000, 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. No, not with that front there. But, not bad as far as the house is concerned. So, a lot better if you ask me to, I'd rather be living down there without all the stress of the real world. If Tesla's lets me do a remote, no, not Tesla, if Twitter lets me do a remote, I'll be happy to go down there. That's plenty of house to live in. You will need to get a maid to keep it clean. Hey, the maids are cheap down there. Let's see. Hold on. How do I do this? Oh, can I just back up enough? There you go. It says one. A full-time maid in San Juan still costs between US $100 and $300 a month, depending on the size of the house. You pay for maid service twice per month for a 6 days per week job. You can also have the service $20 per visit. This is posted in 2014 though, so this is very old, very very old. Um, oh, here we go. This is the 22nd of June. So hire maid typically earns about $250 a month for full time, Monday through Friday, 8 hours and a half to Saturday, plus meals at work, extra month at year end, and Christmas bonuses. We pay more and our lady works less, but that's a personal choice. And because we don't have kids yet, there's only so much to do every day for a house. Right? You see that right there? Here, a maid typically earns around $250 a month for full time, Monday through Friday, 8 hours and a half a day. Do you think I'm going to need a maid for that much? No. But could I afford it? Heck yeah, I could, right? So, and especially the way everything's, going in the world, I could totally be fine just living out there, chilling, living my best life and just, being peaceful. Um, and I would actually use the money I saved to really just buy a boat, get in the marina, and kind of go fishing every now and again with Loki, where we're just kind of out in a boat. Not a small boat, but just kind of a boat that's large enough to not like rock like crazy in the water. So enough where it might be like a 20-footer or something like that. I kind of want one of those boats where it has like the top level and the bottom level right there. And I just like drop the anchor and we just kind of go fishing and chilling out in the sun. We don't take it out often, rarely, maybe like once a month, but it's there for me to enjoy when I want to. Ascend Prime Steak and Sushi, decent places to eat. Ooh, that sounds really good right there. You should check out San Miguel de Allende. That place looks like a place you might like. San Miguel de Allende. Let me see right here. That's cheap. Nicaragua is perfect for the slow pace of life. It's the slower pace of life that's really drawing me in there personally. I have a fast pace of life right now. I work too much. I'm always tired. I'm really like stressed out, like slightly depressed because like thought I thought I'd be doing more stuff in my life by now. If that makes sense. Like, money doesn't buy the happiness, but I haven't spent the money in a way which I wanted to in the first place because I kind of stuck closer to home, stuff like that. Like I feel like down there, I'll be unleashed to kind of do my day to day work stuff, like my day to day life. Uh, Let me just go over here very fast. City of Mexico. If it was next to water, I'd probably like it more. Where are we at right here? Oh, my dad's from this area. Um, let's go over here. I like these places. It reminds me a lot of when I visited El Salvador. Of all the Latin American countries, Mexico is probably the ones I haven't visited hardly at all, except for maybe like the touristy places for like Christmas in Mexico with friends and stuff like that. Looks beautiful though. I I'm a big sucker for old cathedrals. I'm a really big sucker for old cathedrals. I love them so much. It's beautiful. I could definitely see my place living in a town like this. I could definitely see my place. I just want that waterfront view. This place looks really nice, though. It's all the churches, though, because the churches are always amazing. They're always, always amazing. But I need more water. And I want to be further away from America. Like, that's why I like Nicaragua down here. A little bit further. They got these really large lagoon areas over here. Like lagoons over here. And when you see Managua, there you go. Looks pretty similar. Not nearly as nice as Mexico, but it's still my cup of tea. It's still my cup of tea here. Although when you look at the houses in let's go right here. Search Google. Houses. Let's see. Maybe this one. I haven't looked at houses really here. That's not it. There you go. Find. And so maybe let's start off with the 400,000 just so I can weed out some of the other stuff. So this is a house for sale for $450,000. Not bad. I mean, I like the ones not in the city better, but it doesn't look terrible. Don't really like it though. But let's see if I go over here very fast. I just want to find houses. A lot of these ones in Latin America, what they do is they put commercial business housing and stuff like that all in the same spot. Let me go back over here to this one because I know this one a little bit better. Furnished homes. Furnished homes are pretty nice. Houses. Oh, okay, whatever that meant. Can I not let me drag it? Okay, this tool must not be working for this website. 73,000. I don't know how to get this to adjust to a certain way I want to do it. Let's go over here to new project, I guess. Nope, no new projects there. Furnished homes? No. Homes with virtual tour. 122,000. This isn't going to be a house I like, I can tell you that now, but it looks like a house like that. It's not a terrible house by any stretch of the imagination. 122,000. Not terrible at all. Just not in a location I'd probably like. But honestly, it's not terrible. It's 2-bedroom, 2.5 baths in Casas. Sto Domingo. Oh no, that's not that. Nicaragua. So instead of being in the city, oh yeah, it's a location thing. Must be way out there, perhaps. Hmm. But yeah, I mean it's a nice house. If you wanted to live like secluded, $122,000. I could totally see that being somebody's like getaway house if the world's ending. Let's go to Nicaragua. Let's go away for where the zombies can't catch us and stuff like that. Why buy a house in just one country? I mean, For me, it would always be just buying a house in Nicaragua, and if I had money, but I guess I probably would at that point after I'm not paying it off, I would probably just rent as I go, and have fun with it. If I was to buy a house in another country, I'd probably just have it be somewhere in the Caribbean, to be honest. It'd be a small condo, maybe 1,000 square feet, and I would have it underneath a management company that'd be earning me some type of passive income off of it, where it's on VBRO or Airbnb and stuff like that, and it's at such a high price that only people that I know are going to respect the property are going to be allowed on there. The Maldives. I've looked at the Maldives, but Maldives is expensive. Yeah, Maldives is very, very expensive. I want something cheap and at a slower pace. Slower pace is important to me. Because like you can't really go on the roads here. I don't think you got. Oh yeah, all you got is really spots. But there's all these little areas that I like, and I could have a little house over here. The thing for me though is I like the little expat havens because the reason I keep going back to San Juan de Sur, if I can find it. Yeah, there. Back up a little bit. There it is because this is where a lot of expats stay. A lot of expats, actually expats are more over here and more over here in the hills, and then the working classes are more over here. Let me see if I go over here very fast. Any pictures? No, nobody's taking pictures over there. What about over here? Here's something. Not something my poor car would be able to handle here. But if you go over here, nice little road. Right. Roads, nothing fancy. Nice pace, a nice slow pace of life. Whatever that area was. Nice little bicycle on the side of the road. Reminds me a little bit of back home when I was growing up. But yeah, nice simple. One thing I got to make sure I'm going to get a whole bunch of bug spray and things like that. But they got houses being built over here. These are all lots for sale, basically. Get a nice little house. I don't know if there's right here. No. Villa Margot. I guess this is a little house here thing. A little rental. Nice little rental overlooking the beach. Stuff like that. I just want this house to be for me though. Not going to sell it. So this house like this probably costs $1 million or something. I don't even want some house like that. I want some house that's over here. Away from the city, but still within driving distance for a few minutes. I really like that a lot. Oh, and Bitcoin's popping up a little bit more here, guys. You're seeing alts finally take a little bit of a pop after having a nasty day yesterday. BNB's up, Dogecoin's up, Ethereum Classic is up. Dogecoin having a nice little rebound because I had a really bad day yesterday. It's gapping back up right now to the lows that we saw back over here on the 16th of December. Bora Bora, that seems pretty fun as well. I almost thought of going to Asia, but I heard bad stories about black people going to Asia from friends that I know that have gone over there. So I'm like, oh, let's not deal with it. Let's just go down there to Nicaragua and peace out and chill out. Let's see. Hey, Fat Buddha, let me go over here. I think I've searched this up before with a friend. Oops, I opened it up in the wrong tab here. Real estate. Oh. Okay, here we go. Century 21. I've used this one plenty of times. Price high to low. No, let's go. Yeah, let's go price high to low. Let's just do a max of 600,000, I guess. If that works out. All right. Something like this. I could totally see myself buying something like this. Not a bad idea right there. Nice little house. Beautiful. Little compound. Used to the compounds in Mexico, especially in Bolivia where I was looking before. Breakfast room, TV room. Not bad at all. Let's go down here a little bit more. It's like a condo here, 2,000 square foot condo building. I don't really want to live with other people, but it seems really nice. Let's go over here a little bit. The price drops down really, really fast. This is a $300,000 house right here. Nice little house. More than enough for me. Wow, way more than enough for me. Little TV room. I like the walls here. I like the wall style, personally. Not really the outside wall style. But yeah, that's 1,700 square feet, 3-bedroom. This actually could be a close second here compared to what other places I've been looking at. 280,000. This is a new listing right here. Oh, this is a. Oh no, I can't live next to anybody else. I don't like it at all. Back when I was growing up, I lived in one of those duplexes because I was very, very poor. They sucked so much. All I heard was Filipino dramas on VHS tapes all the time. They were so freaking loud. $262,000 right here. Another compound house. Nice. This is what I saw a lot in Bolivia. I love these styles a lot. Just nice little marbly floors. But then, see, I always feel like the sinks and everything are so cheap. So I want to like redo certain things here. Like that. No. That'd be horrible. That'd be horrible. But like, it seems really nice to me. I would actually consider this if Nicaragua doesn't work out. It's only thing is, it looks like there's no beach view here, but I could live without a beach view if it meant that I got a really nice house and it's still not within a terrible area, especially if it's a nice area in Nicaragua. It's a nice area in Mexico. So where's that? I don't even know where that's at. Let me see over here. Should be towards the bottom, right? Oh, there it is. Yeah, Meridia. There it goes. Oh my god, this is massive. I don't know if I'd like to live in a massive city like this, but let's just take a stroll downtown. Got the good old Chevy. I do like the green. Nice little house. Oh, guess I'm not supposed to look at people's houses. Yeah, that's like a really nice place to me. I guess the Philippines. Yeah, definitely had the Philippines out of the question. I'm from Bolivia. It's so much things to do. Hey, Sergio, what do you call? I thought about Bolivia, except for they don't like crypto down there. That's the only reason. Excuse me, only reason. Like Bolivia crypto, because I love Bolivia. I think it's really, really nice. I would like to own a small house in Bolivia up towards in their main capital city. Um, let's see. There you go. Bolivia banned crypto, but blockchain advocates are pushing back. That's the only reason. Only reason. And since I like get payments in crypto sometimes for doing like little freelance work and things like that, much not even freelance work, just like helping people out doing consultant work. They're like, hey, I'll toss you a few Ethereum to say thank you, which means a lot less nowadays than that used to mean. But stuff like that. There you go. But okay, everybody, I'm gonna end the stream right now. My throat's getting actually a little bit worse right now. I'm starting to feel a bit of pain in the back of my throat, so I want to make sure that I'm able to talk with you guys tomorrow. Bitcoin's having a little bit of a reversal here. Just be careful of any bull traps that may be occurring. Tomorrow, the markets are testing out a major support level. You guys want to see the NASDAQ and the SPY bounce tomorrow, and then you guys could be more confident about Bitcoin and such moving back up. But if we start breaking down below those really easy to spot support levels for the NASDAQ and the SPY, please be prepared for Bitcoin to probably go back down to 16,000. We were back to that level we talked about, 16,500 level. We bounced off of that pretty nicely. Actually, a little bit lower than that, maybe. Let's go back over here. This is a daily chart. Yeah, we even came down to 16,273. I expected us to come back down towards 16,500. I was a few $100 off, but we did manage to hit that level. That's the support level right now that I think a lot of people are watching for. But if we do break down from here, we're going to be coming back down to 16,000 to 15,500 level. It's not going to be that awesome, okay? Let's see. Century 21 Gringo Prices First website was a good site. Rock wall style you like, helps with the humidity. Oh my gosh, yeah, I need it all the time, and I'd be willing to pay as much as it takes to keep my house nice and cool and humidified, excuse me, dehumidified. And keep the moisturized and have a good night. I will, guys. Thank you and have a good rest of your night. Hopefully we can have a little bit of a rebound, but guys, it's going to be an uphill climb from here if we want to finish off the December strong. Otherwise, we might have to go sideways for a little bit and then try to have a really good next week. It really depends on what we do tomorrow.